Ladies and gentlemen, Quan Chi! Alright, he is here. I'm excited. Y'all, I was so excited I forgot to say welcome the back. Okay, here we are. So we got Quan Chi in the building. And so we were right. I told you all that you could control the cameo, which you can. Now it is automatic as well, so there was a little bit that we were off with there.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
But we were right about the fact that you can control the cameo. Unfortunately, I cannot show you all that because obviously it's not out yet. However, we have our man, Quan Chi here. Wow, that was fast. So we're going to take a look at his buttons. And then at the end, we're going to kind of go over how I think Quan Chi will play. Obviously, I could be wrong, you know, but we've been pretty right so far. So we'll take a look at his normals and at all of his buttons and his startups and all that good stuff. I know y'all are here for the frame data. That's why I'm here at least. So let's take a look. What I want to look at first, and what I always look at first usually is their block data. So I like to look at their block data just to know if he has any plus frames, if he can like reinforce anything. This is neutral. But it's eight frame startup, so you know if anybody has like a 7 frame, which most people do, you're gonna get beat. But that's if they're pressing buttons. That's 12 frames, 14. The sweep is 12 frames too. Oh, and it's neutral. Double high. Would not suggest poking with that. Ooh, that's a high too. Interesting. That's 16 frames, kind of slow, but I don't think that you'll be using, I think that you'll be using that in a combo. Ooh, what is this? So that's high overhead. So they have to, they conduct the first one still though and kind of destroy you because that takes a long time to come out. All right, let's take a look at the move list. We'll put kind of the first like strings up. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, Quan Chi has quite a bit of moves. I really do think he's going to be a combo heavy character, but he always has been. Like in every Mortal Kombat game he's been presented in, he's always been really combo heavy. So I don't see why they would change that here. Oh, I kicked my dog. Sorry, Cosmo.
Can I stay?
No.
All right, so let's just kind of take a look at his strings. Ooh, that's interesting. So it's mid, high, high. You can definitely duck a second too because they're kind of slow. They're actually very slow. But then you have the mid overhead to kind of compensate for that. So if they start ducking that high, you can go for that overhead. And I'm pretty sure it bounces, but we'll take a look at all of that stuff in a second when we take him off of block. We have the lowest of blows. Ah, okay. Now, see, it looks like that's only in a combo. So we can, yeah. It's a high, mid, low, which ain't bad. You know, but again, it starts off high, which, come on, that's a high? In what world is that a high? But, you know, high, mid, low. I could have been mid, low. He has a lot of high starters. Like, a lot. Okay, overhead, overhead. Oh, you can just poke with that. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted with that. I love this. Like, I love everything about that. Anyways, okay, let's go. So that's 27 frames. There's no reason why you should be getting hit by that kind of randomly. Like, it takes forever. It's a really unique animation. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any reason why you should be getting hit by that randomly. This would be really good, though, for, like, combos. So, you know, I think a lot of people will be using this to enhance or improve their combo strings. And then we have, so this is one of our only mids, our forward triangle. It's 14 frames, which isn't terrible. It's not the best mid in the game. But it's got some pretty good range. I mean, it's not the whole range of the skeleton, but it's got some pretty good range. It's decent range, you know. So, not the worst. Ooh, double mid. So even if you miss the first one, you could go for that second one, and it comes out pretty fast. And that's got a shit ton of range. Oops. Yeah, that has a ton of range. So definitely something you could either enhance or continue a combo with, or you know, something that you can catch somebody like poking with. I don't think, you know, I don't think a lot of people are going to expect that to go that far at first. We have our down 2. Killer Calcium. Is that a tongue? I thought it was a tentacle, but they're making it sound like it's a tongue giving you that lick. That lick. And you really can't do anything from that. It's just a pop-up, I believe. And we'll take a look again at all of that in a second. Oh, so we have a low, 16 frames. That's actually really good. That's really good. And it's a launcher. I'm pretty sure that's the launcher one. Wow. And then we have Bone Breaker. So his down 1 and his down 2 are pretty much the same. This is 11 frames though. This is 9. So that's interesting. Okay, so this was the move I was playing with earlier. This is actually awesome. Because it's extremely disjointed. It is a high though, so again, you got to look out for most of his moves. It's either like he just has a lot of highs. He has this for a mid, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? I didn't see much any other mids. Let's see. Yeah, no, that starts off as a high, but ends as a mid. And then he's got your overhead enders, but these all start with the high. Like you see the starter is a high. This is how you know if the starter is a high, because then it strings in. And then he has his overhead here, another eruption, which is the one that's like 20-something frames. And then he has his mid, which is the one I just showed you. So he has one mid so far that I can see. This is a high. This is a low, which is the one I just said. So he has a high-low, I guess like a high-low mix-up. I don't know. What this is what? 16 frames? He doesn't have any 16 frame highs, so he doesn't really have a high-low mix-up. I guess you can kind of fuzzy it if you're really good. 12 and 16 is 4 frames, so you know what I mean? Kind of doing that math there. And then he has this, which is also a high, and then it leads to other things. But this is a low here, the shin, and then highs. Okay, well, let's take a look at these. Yeah, these are all highs. The only time I think you have to worry about blocking low, or blocking low with Quan Chi, is if he keeps doing this, which is 14 frames. I mean, you can maybe react to it, or if he's ducking. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, you can duck him and punish, which is, you know, it's neither here nor there, but hey, it is what it is. I'm still gonna play his ass like hell. So let's take him off a block and see what we got here. Oh, and you've seen the frames in the corner, just to let you all know. The reason I put him on block was so that you can see what his frames are on block. None of them were really plus, so it's not like he's going to be an oppressive character. It looks like he'll just be mix-up heavy. So that's kind of what I wanted to see. Let's take a look at his special moves. Wow, holy moly. So there's a slow and a fast version of pretty much everything. Y'all, there's a lot going on here. Oh my god, it's wow. This has always been how Quan Chi has been though. Like I said, he's always been a really combo heavy character and has had a lot of special moves to go behind those combos. Zone of Power. I mean, this is all we can do. So we know that we gotten up to Zone of Power. We have Zone of Power, Falling Death, and From the Fog. So we'll do those in a second here. Let's take a look at these. You know what? Let's do the special moves on block as well, just to see if any. I doubt any of them are plus. Usually all the special moves are minus, but we'll see. Yeah, minus 17. Even enhanced, it's minus 10. So you're not doing this point blank. So, oops. So that's normal. That's fast. And then that's the slow one. The slow one, I think, is going to be where it's at, honestly. Like, we all know how good slow projectiles are. Now, I wonder... Okay, so the head rush, it can only be slow if it's enhanced, which you can kind of tell by the combo, or by the move list, right? And then, let's see here. So, Psycho Skull. Okay, so we got close and far. Yeah, he's going to be a zoning and machine, but also, I mean... Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to put those in a combo because they're kind of slow. But, you know, you can put them I mean together. Like obviously you can put one of them in a combo, but it's not gonna be like Shang Tsung Skulls where they kind of come up all in a combo type of thing. And then you have the enhanced, and that looks like it tracks. That looks like it tracks regardless. Psycho Skull Volley requires nearby zone of power. Okay, so we got to put up the zone of power, which is down back X. Okay, so we kind of know what that does. So it stays up for a little while. This is the one I was kind of most interested in, so I'm glad we're kind of getting to it right now. Oh, okay. So it looks like if you do 2 moves from this period, it goes away. It doesn't matter if you enhance the first. Oh, no, an enhanced one makes it go away as well. Yeah, so if you do 2 moves or an enhanced move, it'll go away. And I can show you that that's the case. There, all right? And then we'll do 1 here and 1 enhanced. So I would say 1 normal and 1 enhanced is the most that you can get, are the like best bang for your buck when it comes to this thing. And then let's see here. Okay, so we got Fill the Bones, which is normal. And then we got Fill the Bones Far. So you don't have to enhance it to get the super far one. Guess it doesn't tell you what it is on block, but obviously you're super negative. Then we have Zone of Power, which we know what that is, and the Zone of Fear, which is the enhanced Zone of Power. Costs 1 bar, repels opponents, extra effects granted, Head Rush Air, and Psycho Skull. Then you have Falling Death. Alright, let's take those other ones off the screen so we can put these ones on. Oh, it's an overhead. That's interesting. It's negative 15. Holy moly. Still negative 15. But you can do it from air, it looks like. Yeah, you can do it from the air. Ooh, that looked cool. Okay. So that's the low grab. Negative 22. Do not do these up close. You will get... I mean, obviously don't do them if you're not in a combo. I mean, you'll get absolutely blasted. Zone of Fear. Alright, and then we have the Zone of Fear enhanced. There we go. It's green when it's enhanced. Whoa, that was quick. Alright, let's take them off a block, because I want to see what these moves do now. Alright. We might as well start from the ones we have on screen already. Okay, so just a combo ender, does a little bit more damage if you enhance it. Okay. That looks like pretty much the same. I mean, you can probably continue the combo while they're in the air right there with the right cameo at the right time, but boom, that's probably how you're going to want to... The enhanced version is the one that bounces. Alright, so this costs 2 bars? Holy moly, I didn't even notice that at first. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth that. 2 bars? Wow. I mean, that's a lot. That feels expensive. I guess it launched from everything. You know what I mean? But still. Hold up, y'all. I was cooking there for a second. Okay, so we have enhanced. So we have From the Fog, which is that one. And then we have Zone of Fear and enhanced Zone of Fear. Oh, no. Zone of Power. So this is the Zone of Fear, and then... No, this is the Zone of Fear, sorry. And then this is the Zone of Power. Interesting. Okay, and then we can move either one. The reason we'd want to move that is because, I mean, basically you don't get the power up for the skulls unless you're inside of it. So you'll see him glowing purple right there. As you can see, he's glowing purple, and it lasts for a little while, actually. So if you're not inside of it, you don't get the skull. You only get it when you're inside of it, which can be a good and a bad thing, right? So you can kind of control when it happens, and if you hold X, you can control if it's going back or forth, and then it kind of lasts for a little bit longer too. Like if you hold X, it lasts a lot longer. So this is me not holding X and walking back and forth. See how long it lasts? And then this is me holding X and walking back and forth. I guess it was kind of the same. It was about the same. Oh, no, I don't know. Y'all tell me, what do you think? Is it a little bit longer? I feel like it's about the same. So the Zone of Power, or I'm sorry, the Zone of Fear is when you enhance it. And it lasts a lot less long. So if we make our guy jump in, as you can see, he cannot jump in. Onus. Oops, but he can with the purple one. So if you do that, it kind of messes up their little jump in, which is pretty cool. The other thing about this that they kind of went over in the combat cast is like you can use it to make some things safe. So as you can see, if he's blocking and you end up doing the little zone of power, it'll knock them back. So if you are, or if they are trying to do like a counter move to whatever you're trying to do, it'll knock them back, and it'll make it to where they're super, like they can't really punish you if they're that far back. Usually, I mean, obviously depending on the character, they still may be able to punish you with you doing this, just because of how long it takes to push them back. But for the most part, you'll be pretty much safe if you're doing this. And now let's take a look at the other ones with him off a block, because there's just so much to go over here, y'all. All right, so this does 60, it looks like. Enhanced does 110, actually. That's not bad. Oh, okay, and they go in a, looks like they go in an angle, a little bit of an angle there. It's a mid too, not an overhead. Both of those are mid, so you can't really duck them. Ooh, yeah, so you have a very far one with up. That you're probably gonna usually be the one you're using. Well, I mean, probably the close one too. The enhanced one tracks and bounces regardless. Does cost 1 bar, but that's not as much as goddamn 2 bars with this. Oh wait, not that. Oh, that's cool. I meant that. 2 bars with that is insane. Like, that's super expensive. I don't know why they did that. Like, why would you ever use that if you have this? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know it bounces forward, but I'm sure you can. Where's that move at? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm sure you can make something happen. We can make something happen, people. We can cook. Yeah. We can definitely cook with that. You know what I mean? We can throw some scorpion in there with some fireballs. I'm sure you guys can come up with some super cool combos and leave them in the comments or whatever the case is. So yeah, I don't know why you would ever enhance this. I mean, unless you're just trying to spend it all and like get that last combo out, but that shit is so expensive, obviously, in my opinion. So we have Field of Bones. So it's a mid, it traps for a second. You can enhance. It traps for longer. You can go close. You can go, oops, very far. You can go far. Looks like the far one kind of gets, oh no. Yeah, you need that very far for full screen. That's the normal. I mean, I guess they're kind of different. Like, you can cover all parts of the screen with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can cover every part of the screen with this. So, that's pretty cool. I was like, they didn't look different at first, but they definitely look different now. Like, that's the normal. That's the far. Jafar! Ooh, and it looks like this skull has tracking. Watch this. Yeah, did you see it? It tracks. Yeah, it has tracking, y'all. That's interesting. All right, y'all. So I thought, again, in my last video, I thought he was like moving this thing, but it turns out that this skull is, nope, not that skull. This skull actually teleports them. So it's kind of insane what this skull does. Does it teleport then? No. So it only teleports if you have the thing out. So there's some really cool stuff you can do with zoning with these moves, as you guys probably already seen on the release video. You can kind of do stuff like this. You know, stuff like that. Of course, it has to be the most expensive combo in the history of combos, because I'm pretty sure it costs like 3 bars or whatever. But hey, if you want to do stuff like that, you can do stuff like that. So As I said, I'm pretty sure Quan Chi is going to be like our most combo-centric character. And obviously, depending on the cameo you have with him, this move here is going to be a big part of everyone's like moveset and their combos. I don't see people using like this as anything other than a finisher just because how expensive it is, unless they're just trying to like break the bank and in the combo, which I just feel like there are better things that you can spend your bar on. Maybe this, or like you know, end it off with that, or what was it, that one? So yeah, I think like even doing this twice in a combo, like obviously you can't do them back to back, but if you were to like combo it with something, that being said, I think there are really some really cool combo ideas that you can do with him. Let me see if I can come up with something for y'all real quick here. Obviously this is on the fly and, you know, nothing too fancy. I'm sure you guys will come up with something better, but just to give you some ideas here. Also, he does have like a natural, kind of a natural 50-50 in these moves here. So this is an overhead, oh, and then this is a low. So a little bit of a natural 50-50. Obviously, you can tell which way he's going because that animation is much different from that animation. I mean, it's not super different. Like the leg goes up kind of, but he's still kind of going down towards the ground. So it's a little bit of a 50-50 there. But let me see if I can come up with a quick combo for y'all in the lab with the pen and the pad. So there was that one. You can end it with the setup, right? 30% with no bar, not bad. And then you can also end it like this. So you can end it like that as well. 33%, one bar, not bad. I'm sure you guys can find ways to like, you know, make him combo 40% with one bar, or maybe even 40% with no bar, because y'all are crazy out there. But that's kind of what I can do out the gate with no our day one, you know what I mean? I'm sure like if you did this into, you know, I'm sure if you did this into like Scorpion cameo and then kind of went from there with the back X or whatever and then into a kick and on these other things, you could make it combo for more. Just kind of some ideas that you guys can think about. Obviously he'll be really good with the Lao cameo just because of the fact that he has a whole lot of highs, and you know Lao has a whole lot of lows, so it's going to be a whole lot of just high low type stuff that you're going to have to do, and just a lot of hard to blockables. So you know he's going to be extremely good with Lao hat. Nothing's going to change with that unless they make Lao hat not a low. Nothing's going to change when it comes to him being the best cameo and how often you can bring out his hat. Like, he's just always going to be the best cameo if you can always do that, because of the pressure that it gives with you having every character having pretty much a high. Like, every character has a standard high or a standard like 8 or 6 frame high, which automatically makes Lao hat a hard to blockable. Just that one thing makes Lao hat a hard to blockable, not to mention shit like this. And if you're doing that like into Lao hat, I'm sure there's some other ways you can. Does this combo? Let me see. Yeah, it's hard to combo into this tentacle without a cameo. Anyways, I'm sure there are ways that you guys can, you know, maybe come up with. So he has this. He has this. He has that. Right? What other launchers do we have? Because both of his launchers are highs. His only overhead launcher is going to be that, and it's 34 frames to startup, my guy. So you're going to have to do it in a combo. You know, which ain't bad, you know, but that means that all of his combos kind of start with that, which ain't cool, and this doesn't even combo, right? So like it has to be this one, because this doesn't combo into this, so that only combos into that only combos into that, which again, it's pricey, my guy. It's hella pricey. It is an all-around starter. Like, you can start, I mean, you can, you know, bounce it whenever you want and shit like that, but it is pricey. Oh, wait. There we go. There's another launcher for us. Let's see. It's kind of far. I'm sure with another cameo, with like a Scorpion cameo or something like that, you can have him knocked back over to you and shit. You know what I mean? But with this cameo, it's a little bit too far. So there you go. In retrospect, he does have quite a few launchers. I definitely don't think it's going to be hard to launch. He has overhead launcher. He has the low launcher. So he has kind of like a mix-up launcher type of thing. He has pretty decent buttons, you know what I mean? And then he has like a decent starter. I was thinking for a while there, like at first, you know, maybe he doesn't have a lot of things that get people into the air, but I mean, he has a lot of stuff that gets people into the air. Not only that, but like they're built into this combos, right? He has a lot of free launchers, and not a lot of people get this many launchers. He has like 3 or 4 well, 2 or 3 free launchers, and then he has a couple of expensive ones. That one being expensive as hell. I don't know how many people are going to use that one, but this one is not super expensive, right? That's a pretty decent launcher, and it is not that expensive. So I can definitely see people doing a lot of stuff with like the Scorpion cameo with that, you know, knock them back to you and then do more stuff, maybe this and bounce them again, stuff like that. So definitely Scorpion cameo going to be coming in clutch. However, the Lao cameo is going to be a pain with this one. This being a high, being a launcher, and you know the Lao cameo being a low. Like, yeah, you could do this, but it's a little bit different in this case. With Omni-Man, it was really good because you could kind of avoid, oh, that was cool. You could kind of avoid the punch and still get a whole combo, right? This one, you can avoid the punch and still hit him, but you're not going to get a whole combo. So you can still kind of get through people's guard and hit them that way, but you're not getting a full combo. But I'm sure that like the Lao hat, well, the thing with Lao hat is if you do a low high like this, I don't see you comboing into this by Quan Chi himself. So it'll just end up being a launcher that you can't do much with because you'll already have used the Lao hat, right? So your cameo is not going to help you continue that combo. So I really don't think that you'll be able to use this. I mean, this for sure. I mean, this is already a low, so you're not going to be using Lao hat to combo into that, right? But then you have that, which is an overhead. So you could definitely overhead low with Lao hat and then go into a combo that way. And like, I'm pretty sure if this hits and it hits the Lao hat or whatever, you can combo into it. Even if not, there's gotta be a way. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we can combo into that. There we go. So you can definitely combo into that some type of way. I'm sure you guys can come up with like something better, but there you go. You can hit them with the circle, and then I'm sure you can do, you know, maybe this one. If you want to spend all that bar, that's 3 bars though, buddy. Right, so something like that you can, and then, you know, when they're in the air with this, maybe you know you call out your cameo again or something like that, and they hit the Lao hat. Tons of different things you can do. On top of that, we have this. Oops. We have that, which is also technically a launcher, right? It's not free, it costs 1 bar, but it's also technically a launcher. So you can do things into that as well. So he has just a shit ton of launchers. He has the overhead low kind of special mix that I was talking about. So you can do this, right? You can do this, and it's actually a lot faster than you think. So Quan Chi is looking absolutely insane. He's looking dangerous, this boy here, and I know you guys are gonna come up with some crazy shit. Leave them in the comments below. I will also come out with a tutorial video, obviously, and if you liked, leave a like, subscribe, why not, do all the things. This has been Yata Gaming. We will see you in the next one. Other than that, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Getting out of here, space cool.